Hey guys, greetings from Boston. We're in downtown Boston. So we are on our way to this really cool movie theater. I never been there. We've never been there before, so it's gonna be our first time. So we're excited. So we just found a parking spot like for $4, which is pretty good for Boston. So now we're just walking. I think we're gonna walk half a mile or something like that. So should be fun. It's a little cool today. Beautiful spring. Are you cold? All right, guys. So we'll see you very soon. And by the way, this theater it was established in 1933. So it's like an old school theater, for what I saw on the website. So I'm excited to experience something old school. Found it. It's right there, guys. The Coolidge Corner. There you go. There's a sign right here. Your favorite movie theater now bigger and better. Right there. Alright, keep going. Okay. To the entrance. This way to new entrance. Okay. Oh, I see. Here's the entrance. Oh no, almost there. Sweet. I guess this is it, man. There you go. Greatest trilogy ever, bruh. Sweet marathon, March 29th. Alright, I'm a little thirsty. Alright, Year of the Rat, movie house number 5, second floor. Let's go.
Okay. Disney film and analysis. Sure. Oh, that would be great.
Alright, number 5. Down the hall. This way. Oh, this is a cool looking. It's like a maze. The Stranger. Some cool movie posters. Here you go. Here's Jean-Claude. Come here. Year of the Rat. This is the one. Year of the Rat. Private event. Let's go, Jean-Claude. Oh, nice. That's the movie, baby. Like I was telling you guys, I never been here. I like it. I think we can sit anywhere, so.
Cyrus, he's out in front, checking, you guys saw him. I'm Claude Napier. A lot of y'all know me, some of y'all don't know me. I am editor-in-chief of WeAreCritics.com. I specialize in talking about films and movies and things that you guys love. So we want to thank y'all for being here to see the fourth screening of Year of the Rat. He did New York, he did Detroit, he did Atlanta, and now he's bringing it home to all of you. So give yourselves a round of applause for showing up. So we just want to let you guys know that after this film, when the credits roll, there is like a little post-credit scene that he wants you all to make sure that you see, but also afterwards we're going to be sitting down with him and a couple of actors that are in the film to talk about the film. You guys can ask questions. We'll have a microphone that we'll probably put closer to you all so you can reach it. You don't have to come all the way down. And you guys can ask questions about the film, the process, whatever you want. And yeah, without further ado, Year of the Rat, ladies and gentlemen. Cyrus Alexander, director, writer. Come on out, man. Cyrus, where are you? Oh, there he is. There you go. Let's go here. We're going to bring out your people. Let's bring out little Akira. Cyrus Alexander, where you at, man? And then this next guy, he was real funny. I liked him a lot. Mr. Darryl Reeves, Summer's dad. Come on down, David Smith. Where you at, man? Yeah, I'm sorry, David Kirk. Sorry. David Kirk, sorry.
Hey, thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Side man, fourth run. Where you at right now? How you feeling? You've shown this film different places. You've gotten different kind of energies, different love. Where you at right now, like feeling wise, what's the accomplishment at for you?
So for me, I'm always looking ahead. So I'm already working on my next project right now. So I was just happy to kind of round everything out and bring it to my home state. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I did. And again, I want to thank you all for coming out. It means a lot to me. So give yourselves a round of applause.
So talk about like the process, like how this has been a long time coming for you. It's been how many years?
From the idea to, around like 30 decades, like 96. I had the idea for this film since like 1996 when I was 10 years old. So, yeah.
So, fair to say before
Saeed
was in the picture,
yeah,
did you think back then that by the time this was together that you would be including your son?
I didn't ever thought about that, but it worked out perfectly. Everything happened for a reason. He was amazing on the set. He was my inspiration every day. So it was great to have him.
Saeed, when did you first hear about this whole movie thing? Like, and did you always want to be involved, or did he kind of like force you to be involved?
He just told me that one summer we're gonna start acting. I just came and just did what I was told. It wasn't that hard, surprisingly, but it was a fun experience.
Is this something that you think that you'd want to do, continuing?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You got the bug.
Mm-hmm.
In front of the camera or behind the camera like that?
Maybe both.
I like that.
I like that. David, man, you're hilarious in this film. Like,
Thank you.
a lot of the funny moments and a lot of the heart in this. Talk about how you got involved in this.
I met Cy about a couple of decades almost.
It was 2011. 20 almost.
No,
That's
it was before. Was it before that?
Nah, it was because we were shooting the original, the short version of YTF.
YTF, yeah.
So that's 2011.
YTF, yeah.
For the middle short film.
Yeah.
And we hit it off on set there.
Yeah, we did.
And then we've been cool ever since.
Yeah.
So it's been 15 years. That flew by, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that flew by.
I had long hair then.
Oh man, yeah.
But I think right after we did YTF, you may have started talking about it.
Yep, I told you I've been talking to you about.
Yeah, it's been that long.
It's
It's been that long.
Dang.
And
I came back
I have several
iterations
drafts.
of the script. You do,
I have
you
several
do.
drafts.
And you had different roles too.
Yeah, I had different roles.
But I kept you in mind,
Yeah.
and we made this one work.
This is. I just want to give you props. The writing,
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you.
the writing was. Give it up. The writing was. Those scenes, man. I still have tears in my eyes from some of the scenes because I write as well and I direct as well, and the writing is just so good, bro.
Thank you.
This is my first time seeing it.
Oh, that's right. You haven't even seen anything.
No, this is my first time. Not even a draft. So I saw it and I was like, this writing, it's really good. I knew you were good, but I was like, God dang.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Very, very nice and smart and poignant.
Thank you.
Anyways,
appreciate it.
I could go on and on. I'll shut up.
Thank you. Thank you.
David, I want to ask you, because you saw some of the scripts in the past. What is it like this? Like, what are any significant differences that you've seen? And I want to ask you, Cyrus, like, all the drafts that you've done, what were some of the most significant changes that you've made throughout those years that you?
Got you. I'll let Dave answer.
My answer is going to be short this time. I would say that he really centered in on the storytelling of the couple. That's the difference that I saw, and I'm glad you did that.
Thank you. Thank you. So to piggyback off that, so this version of the script, I did this version, like I changed it around based off necessity, because, all right, so when we were in Atlanta, Atlanta, so in 2021, we shot a whole different version of this film in Atlanta, and it just did not work. What happened was the lead actor, like, he ghosted the film, and I had to recast the lead, and I had to rewrite the script from scratch, and then that's when we reshot this version in Massachusetts. But the iteration in Atlanta, there was an actor that didn't show up. There was a couple actors that didn't show up in Atlanta, so we had to kind of improv a scene where everybody's seen it. We had to have a love story in between the film. I was hoping it worked, and I was hoping that people weren't disappointed, because the way the trailer plays, like if anybody's seen the trailer, it's a straight up action trailer. But I knew that there was gonna be a misdirect in the film, so like 30 minutes in, it changes into a whole different genre. That was never in the earlier drafts. The earlier drafts were just straight action, but this one I just wanted to do something different. And because I wanted to use my resources that I had. I knew that Jasmine was a hell of an actor. She killed it, and I wanted to write more scenes for her. So I wanted to implement those scenes and just make it, have it more of a substantial part of the screenplay. So that's what was different from the earlier iterations of the screenplay.
Where did that inspiration come from? Like to tell a specific love story? Like that wasn't the overall idea. It was an action story.
Right, exactly.
So where did you just say, I want to tell this love story. I want to talk about that relationship.
Yeah, well,
because that is, for me, that's like some of the better moments in this
Yeah.
film. I told you that when I first saw it.
Yeah.
I love that connection, those scenes, the dialogue.
yeah.
Those moments really just make the story rich. So where did that come from for you?
Well, I really missed there was a renaissance in like the late 90s, mid to late 90s, early 2000s, where there were a lot of black romantic comedy. Black romantic comedy films, or black romance films, like Love, exactly.
Brown Sugar.
Exactly. So I wanted to bring that feeling back, but interweave it into a martial arts film, and I had no idea if it was gonna work or not.
Go.
Did it work? Did it work?
It worked.
Did it work?
So, I just wanted to show a true black love story, and I just wanted it, I just wanted people to react, because there's a lot at stake in that story. Like, the lead, Kira, finds out,
I think I'm speaking for myself, and probably people might agree. I think what you show us is that you can do multiple genres, because you do play around with a lot of different aspects in this one film alone. And I know you and I, we talk about film all the time, and you love a twist. Is there any particular type of genre that you want to do going forth, out of all the different things that you've tried?
Well, I'm working on a crime film, and I'm also working on a comedy drama. Then I'm developing the sci-fi film. So there's 3 things that I'm developing right now. So I'm gonna touch all of those genres.
Anybody have any questions or anything? Where's the microphone? We got a microphone.
I just wanted to add in, I'm waiting for the romantic comedy.
Okay.
Anybody else?
We have an extra mic? We probably don't need it.
Okay, yeah.
I got two
There was
questions.
supposed to be a stand. Yeah, so if you have questions, I can share the mic.
Actually, it's just one question, but.
And you can, when you're done with that, you can pass it to whoever has a question if possible.
Hey man, you with the deep one.
Yo, I just wanted to say that.
No, I'm just kidding. You was funny. Was that you doing the voice when you say?
Nah,
Okay.
that wasn't me. That was Todrick. That was the actual actor that he met after the last fight.
Yeah.
We just deepened his voice.
Okay.
That wasn't. It kind of probably sounded like me a little bit.
Well,
but-
I'm looking because all you could see was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was him. That was all him.
All right.
Yeah.
And who's next?
So, I know you originally started filming in Atlanta.
Yeah.
What I saw, being a Worcester guy myself, I noticed a lot of Worcester scenes. What made you pick Worcester?
It was just easier. It was easy. Atlanta was hell. The traffic was crazy. Oh my god, yo, it was hard to get from one place to another. Like the company
The
moved.
generator.
Oh, God, man. Oh, we were just trying to shoot the scene, like the first scene that you see when he's doing push-ups and stuff. The generator in that backyard was a lot. Everything just worked out better up here. It was cheaper. It was easier to move around. Atlanta is, yo, oh my God. I would never do that again unless I had a crazy big budget. It's just the traffic, Atlanta, oh my goodness, Atlanta. Damn, that was an experience. I wouldn't do it again unless I had like some big money behind it, because we need like trucks to move from one place to another. It was too much. Massachusetts was a much financially feasible option, so that's why we did it up here. I knew where to go, locations where we could sneak in and shoot real quick and then leave, you know what I'm saying? So some of those locations that you probably recognize, you know what I'm saying? If you know the people that own those places, don't tell them about this movie. You know what I'm saying? Oh. You know, we had to do what we had to do. Guerrilla style, yeah.
I saw a hand. This gentleman. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, you got the money.
Okay, yeah.
I'm very curious, how many days did it take you to shoot? What you did was not easy to do. So I want to know, how much time, how many days?
So for the Worcester version, in total, that was 8 days.
Wow.
So yeah, we did 5. So the Worcester, that was in the span of 2 different years. So 2022 was 5 days, and then we came back the following April and we shot it for 3 days. So 8 days total. So
How many hours per day?
probably like, it depends, between like 8 to 12. Definitely like 10 pages each day. But my actors were locked in. So I had a great cast. Shout out to the cast. Shout out to, yeah. Good question. My brother with the mic had a question.
Yeah. How many questions am I allowed?
We got some time before they kick us out.
I got 4 questions.
Okay.
So what was the budget for the film?
Ooh, it was like, I would say, all right, the budget was like about it was like the price of a nice used car. So,
But what was it filmed on?
so we shot on 3 different cameras. 1, 2, 3, yeah. We shot on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, the original one. Then we shot on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K. Then we shot on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 6K Pro. So we shot it on those 3 different cameras, and we just mixed the footage with each other. We got one question right here in the middle.
Yeah. My question is about the fighting choreography.
Yes.
Like who came up with it and how easy or how difficult it was to shoot it.
Oh, great question. So the fight choreography was all done by my brother Charles Huggins. That was the guy, that was the ninja that asked Akira for the picture. He was the fight choreographer, and he was amazing. So the way we would do it, like on the days where we would have extensive fight choreography, we would have them practice like for a few hours before we started rolling, so they got the choreography down, and then when they were ready, we would start shooting. That was the most tedious part of the filming, was the fight choreography, because they had to go over it over and over and over again. Now, as far as shooting, I shot the fight choreography the way they do in Hong Kong cinema. Like, and there's a difference between how they shoot over there and how we shoot in the States. In the States, we shoot our fight scenes using the master scene technique. And what that is you cover the whole line of action from the first kick to the last kick on one shot, and then you have them do the same thing over again from different angles to the point where everybody's gonna be tired. And that's when if you notice a lot of American action films, there's like a lot of quick cuts and stuff like that, because they have so much footage to choose from. It's just so much quick cuts, and it's not enjoyable. But if you look at a lot of like Chinese ancient, well, not even now, like Asian martial arts cinema, there's wide shots and you can see everything, and there's not that many takes, because they're not shooting it from different angles and trying to find the best angle in the edit. They're getting what they want, and they're shooting piece by piece. So they would do like 5 moves, at a time, and then after, like, from that 5th move, they move on to the second few moves, and they would just do it like that. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody out there, but there's a difference. And so when you watch action cinema, watch how they do it in China or in the East, and how they do it over here is completely different.
Thank you.
So.
I have 2 questions, like one kind of small one and then like a follow-up to it. The main character's name, Akira, was that a nod to the anime?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And my follow-up was, in like fandoms like anime and like or like martial arts or like cinema that's like considered, or media that's considered like nerdy, despite like Black people, specifically African Americans, like having big stakes like in those fandoms, why do you think that we're not as included in those conversations?
It's a mixture of things. I think it's a lot. I think a lot of us aren't valued in those spaces, and from our point of view, a lot of us are afraid to venture out into that. So it's a mixture of things. Like when I was telling people that I was doing a martial arts film, they thought I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was gonna make Boys in the Hood Part 6. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to do something different, because I think it's all about taking risks. So a lot of us box ourselves in too. So it's a mixture of things. But I think, we belong in this space, because when you look back in the 70s, Black people, like martial arts cinema was really made popular by us here in the States. When Bruce Lee came to the States, he was hanging with the brothers first. So we made this a part of pop culture out here. So we belong in this space. So.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
First, I want to start off. Hey, thank you. I'm pleasantly surprised. I came out just to show love.
Thank you.
I had low expectations. I ain't gonna hold you. I was looking at Tubi.
We talked about that. I
was expecting Tubi, but I got half plenty. I don't know if you ever seen.
Oh, what? That's my joint. That's my joint. I
was really, I'm grateful for Love Story, man. It came out of that curve. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Thought you did a really dope job on doing that.
Thank you.
Everybody did good. Magnificent. The Love Story was dope. Yeah, the rat, was that like a play on word to like the informant that was going on, like the kind of rat, the snitch, not snitching, but rat and the informant?
A little bit. So it was a multitude of things. So that is the zodiac sign. That's a Chinese zodiac sign that happens every 12, like they mentioned in the film. but it's there. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot, but and I'm trying to. I don't want to get long-winded because it goes into the theme of the second film. But I will say that you're on point. You're very close to on point because there's something else that happens in the second film that changes the whole story again. Spike is my biggest influence. As far as dialogue goes, Quentin Tarantino, huge influence. Michael Mann, he directed Heat and Manhunter, and he did the Miami Vice film. He produced the Miami Vice show. Aaron Sorkin as a screenwriter, he's one of my biggest inspirations. There's a lot. There are a lot of inspirations, a lot of films I was inspired by, I put into this film. Mo Better Blues being one of them. That was a huge inspiration. Bamboozled, that was a huge inspiration. It's like some of the shots, the way some of the things were shot, like in the audition scene. Yeah, it's quite a few. Reservoir Dogs, a lot. I can go on and on about my inspirations, but definitely Spike is my number one. So you picked that up, of course. So yeah, you know, and Have Plenty. Yes. That's a classic. We gotta talk after. That's a classic. If any of you have not seen Have Plenty, go look it up. That is a masterpiece. That's one of the greatest indie films ever. Classic.
Good soundtrack too.
Yeah. Yeah, soundtrack is fire. Yep.
Yeah, so I consider myself to be an aspiring filmmaker, so I just wanted to ask, like, what was the process, and what is the process for getting your script to, like, the big screen?
For me, I would just say what I did was I was just relentless. Like, I wrote the script and I figured a way to get it funded, just saving up money and just believing in myself and just shooting and just building relationships with people that believe in you. Just find your tribe. And I think it's important for you, for inspiring filmmakers, to just create your inner circle of people that you know that you'll be able to work with years on down the line. Don't try to look to collaborate with people that are already in the upper echelon. Try to build a tribe so that you can move up together. I think that's very important. And then you have each other's backs.
Thank you, Asad. Just to add on to what he said, the most important thing is, well, one of the most important thing is building your network and nurturing that network of like-minded folks. And when they call you to do something, do it, whether it's paying or not. Donate your time. That's how you build your network. That's one of the ways. That I got lots more.
Yo, I just want to say shout out. I'm super happy to see spots in Worcester being from there. You know, it's not just Black Panther. Now we got, you know, our own homegrown. And I'm hyped for more people to see. But for me, the biggest part of the film that hit me was fatherhood. You know, there's different aspects, whether it's Patricia's father is very different from Akira's father.
Yeah, it was a little different. In the earlier draft of the film, there was actually a fight scene between the older brother and the father. But yeah, we shot some of it, but and I'm not trying to be funny, but the gentleman, why are you laughing, man? The gentleman who played the father, he was because I was speaking with him about this role for like 10 years. This is the same thing we talked about. Like, I had this script. So when I first spoke to him about this role, you know what I'm saying, the brother was able to be a little bit more mobile. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all laughing, man? Come on, man.
He said his knees.
This time around, yeah.
10 years later.
So yeah, we had to kind of cut that scene short. You know what I'm saying? He was able to do some of this. You know what I'm saying? No, why y'all laughing, man? We kept him because he was such a great actor. He was in a lot of good stuff. Like he was in the 5 Heartbeats. Like he has a resume. So he was a wonderful actor, but he wasn't able to do that anymore. So to your point, to your question, we had some more scenes with him, but just the editing process, we shifted some things around for the flow of the film. But it worked, you know, and what you just described, having him like kind of in the background, that's what I was going for in the final edit. So
Cyrus, just want to say big respect to you.
Thank you.
I tell everybody I met Cyrus when he was about 2 years old.
Yes.
And he was swinging punches at my face. I want to say, I guess our friendship began with music, so I want to ask you about the music in the film. There was a mix of boom bap, hip hop, jazz music, and some 80s style synth stuff. And it's a question and a compliment at the same time. I think it worked beautifully, and I think it was brilliant the way that you did it. What made you decide on those elements, and how do you feel that you made it work?
So what I wanted to do was I just wanted it to have an amalgamation of all the things that I like. So I love jazz, I love hip hop, and I love 80s synths. And I always wanted this film to have a retro aesthetic, like an 80s aesthetic, like a VHS that you would pop in and watch. I wanted it to look like that. And so I figured that the 80s music would fit that. And so I just threw stuff at the wall and wanted to see what stuck. So I'm glad you thought it worked, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I got a question down here. First, I wanted to say, you were talking about traffic in Atlanta. It was funny to me because I'm actually from down there. I'm just doing school up here, but so that was real. But yeah, props to you for the film.
Thank you.
Also, noticed the music a lot. I think that was something I was listening out for, honestly, because I'm actually not familiar with your work before hearing about this film. I found out through Novelist, right? And yeah, so I in that spirit of that, I kind of wanted to ask you about like some of the things you worked on in the past, and like if you like what you generally shot before, if martial arts was like kind of something you've done before, if this is like a new venture, or I guess that, and then kind of like what your visions for. I guess you talked about your visions for the future earlier, though, like the things you're trying to get into, but just wanted to familiarize myself with your work.
Well, this is my first feature-length film, but when I was in film school, I did like a lot of shorts. Yeah, I did quite a few, but this is my first swing at a feature-length film. So this is my very first film, which so happens to be a martial arts film. And there's gonna be different sequels for Year of the Rat. Like there's gonna be a whole series, but I'm gonna do other type of films like I mentioned earlier. So that's where I'm at with the film. But I've done a lot of music, and you know, speaking of novelists,
Talk about it.
Novelist and I are doing like the soundtrack for the film that's coming out on May 1st. So I'm excited about that.
Is it early to ask about what the status of the next film is? You're at too?
That script was done like 2 years ago. That script is already done, and that's gonna be more of an action heavy film, like more like The Raid.
Nice.
It's gonna be heavy, like more blood and stuff like that. This one, it was, you know, the violence was a little bit toned down more than where I foresee it going in the future. It's gonna definitely be more action heavy for the second one. So thank you.
So I want to ask you a question because you've talked about this sequel to me many times, and you said that you see it on a grander scale, more bigger budget, just bigger set pieces, just all your dreams. If possible, would you ever go back to rebooting the original?
This one?
Yes. Would you ever go back, or would you would always keep this as your foundation and then build off of it?
Yeah, I would just keep it as my foundation and just continue with part 2 and just make part 2 bigger. You know, because I would want to use the resources for, you know, as far as budgetary for the bigger set pieces in the sequel, you know.
For your the fight scenes and the going up the steps, is that like a nod to like a game of death?
Yes!
Okay.
Let's go!
Yeah, I was thinking game of death.
Yes!
Or even something earlier where they walk up the steps and
Yes.
they got shot like the Russians or something. It was, so I was kind of figuring out if
Yes.
you were doing okay.
Game of, yeah. This movie has a lot of inspirations, yeah. I'm glad y'all thought it worked, because it was risky. Love Jones, Game of Death. There's a lot going on there, but. Somebody got
I have a question for Saeed. So my question is for Saeed. You mentioned you don't mind, either being behind the camera or in front of the camera. So when the time comes that you're behind the camera, would you like to start the first one in Worcester, or do you have a different setting in mind?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet. I didn't think that far yet.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I got a follow-up question for Saeed. So obviously earlier we heard your dad say how it was such a proud moment for him working with you being this being your first film and getting to work alongside with your dad. How did you feel? What experience, how was it for you?
I felt very accomplished. I felt like this is something that I want to do. Just movies with me and him I just feel like I'd be way more comfortable with him, working with him in any sort of media, because he's taught me how to make music, he literally taught me how to act. So yeah, I think that working with him is something that I need to succeed.